To be fully honest, it's coffee. It's coffee this time. It's not cocoa. Hi there, welcome to the Teeny Tinkers channel. I make doll and craft related content. And you're here for our last of the year and the last on this channel, and I mean that this time, coffee and dollies. Although this Christmas one, I typically rename Coco and Dollies. Last year I filmed this on my couch, I think. And that seems like it was like 2 minutes ago. I feel like that was not a year ago. I can't believe that this year has been both so fast and so slow. I feel like the first 6 months took so long to get through, and then the last 6 months have exploded by. I don't understand how time works. I feel like it's all fake. It's all an illusion. I don't know. Anyways, if you're new here, this is Coffee and Dollies. This is basically my like 3 or 4 times a year video where I sit down with you guys and we chat about Teeny Tinkers dolls, my collection, content plans. It's just like a hangout and what to expect type video. And it's something that I've been doing pretty much as long as I've been on YouTube. I think I only ever had 1 episode of Drinks and Dollies, and I filmed that in the middle of the day and I was just drinking juice because it was the middle of the day. But I rebranded it to Coffee and Dollies for myself, and we have been here since. So if this is your first time with Coffee and Dollies, there is a whole playlist which will like live on this channel in perpetuity. But all future episodes for 2025 are going to be moved to my second channel, Teeny Tinkers. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so to get started, let's talk about Teeny Tinkers dolls. So Teeny Tinkers dolls meaning the dolls I make, not the dolls I collect. The 3D printed and cast and all of that good stuff. So in the last 3 months, we have a few updates. So in October around Halloween, I had the Raven and Edgar pre-order, and I was really, really anxious about this. I have been seeing so many doll artists posting about their pre-orders not going well or having to cancel pre-orders, and like I've just been sitting here like up until the pre-order just like stressing, and honestly the first like week of the pre-order I was like stressing because I was so sure I was not going to meet my minimum. But I ended up being able to make the order and having like the minimums met, and I was, oh my god, it was such a weight off my shoulders, and I'm so grateful to everybody who was able to join the pre-order or share it or all of the things, because I was very stressed out about it. The times we are in are very economically trying. People aren't sure, like people just don't have as much money to spend anymore. And on top of that, there's a lot of like uncertainty with how things are going to go. I don't know how like things like increased tariffs, for example, are going to affect my sales, if they will. Most of my customers, I would say about 60% of my customers are out of the United States, so I'm a little anxious about what's going to happen there, but for a lot of reasons. But I was really, really grateful that I was able to like finish the pre-order, and the order is in with my caster. They are in production right now, and I have been receiving all of my supplies for my full sets. I have about half of the supplies here, but Canada Post is on strike. So Canada Post is basically USPS where I'm at, and it is our most affordable shipping option, and they're on strike. So what's happened is since my pre-order, them being on strike has driven up the demand for like shipping, meaning I have to offer FedEx and UPS shipping now, and the rates are much more expensive, not only because they're more expensive than Canada Post / USPS, but also because they have higher demand now, so now they're like surge pricing. Please send help. Anyways, I hope this is all over soon. I hope that they are able to settle and get what they want. I stand with the strikers. I think they have every right to ask for what they need to ask for. It is stressful, but we're making it work. I just hope everyone can understand. But anyways, All that to say, Canada Post being on strike means that all of my supplies are currently sitting at the post office and I cannot access them, but I know they're there because the tracking tells me they're at my local facility. It was like if the strike had happened 2 days later, I would have all the supplies. But you know, that's how life seems to work. At least I'll be able to get started and like make the sweatshirts and stuff. So I'm like, that'll be okay. All that to say, definitely still on track to have Raven and Edgar like out to people in like hopefully 3 or 4 months. Hopefully even sooner, but we will see how things go because unprecedented times and all that. Okay, so next update is Celestial Squad. Like they are still sitting back there. You can't see them very well. This like, you see this row of dolls that just are naked? That's my Celestial Squad dolls and they are ready to go as far as the pre-order. But I don't know if the demand is there and I don't know if we're like ready for a pre-order. So basically how it works for me as far as like how I've budgeted things out is if I hit minimum in my pre-order, I've paid myself for that pre-order. So like I'm able to pay myself, cover my costs, etc. Some pre-orders are less expensive than others and it depends if it's an existing body or existing parts or new heads or like whatever. So I was able to like hit my minimums, pay myself, pay everybody I needed to pay. But I don't have enough left over to like reinvest into like casting another doll. So like I was gonna have all of the heads cast and then the new hands, the new chest, there's new thigh joints, and all of those parts together, while they're not a full doll, are pretty much as expensive as casting a full doll because there's so many different parts, which is lovely, of course. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to run them as the next pre-order, so I have to think about where there's demand and if maybe I should run like maybe Clover and Poppy next, or another like Junie Penelope. I'm not super sure. Like Hollow and Soda Pop version 1 are discontinued. We'll get into that, but like I'm really trying to figure out like weighing the pros and cons and then also figuring out if there's even demand for another cast pre-order. So we'll have to see. The good news is if I do a doll that I already have had cast, basically, I don't have to like wait for samples and stuff. It can be like something I decide a month before. If it feels like it's a good time, I can do that, but we'll see. If I do decide to do Clover and Poppy, though, I am going to have the new hip balls cast because I think it's really important to offer that. They're sturdier, they hold your doll up better than the first hip balls, and I wouldn't want to run them again without that piece because that wasn't so much an option part but an improvement part, so that is the one, the kind of caveat to all of that. Okay, so what I have been working on a lot and finding a lot of inspiration in recently are my teeny tinies. And you guys probably know this if you watched like my videos from the last 3 months. I've been making so many teeny tinies. I had my Creepy Tinker series, which I don't know, I feel like it's still ongoing, but it's not Halloween anymore. Now they're not so much creepy, it's just like, I'm really like, what is driving me right now with doll making is like making things I haven't seen before, but like not, I don't even know how to explain it. I really like engineering weird things and figuring out puzzles of how to make things work. I really am liking trying to make things that I like. I don't necessarily know if anybody else would like it. As of yet, all of my teeny tinies I've been making have been basically just for me. But I recently posted a video of 5 new teeny tinies I made that have a new body, which I'm really excited about. I have to tweak it a little bit. The female doll's elbows aren't sitting in the forearm nicely, so I'm just gonna fix that. And there's like some frilly parts that I don't like the way I've got them attached, because like, for example, like the chest piece on, okay, this is, I'll just grab one. she's looking rough, okay? She was in a bag. Please forgive her. But her chest piece with the frills, I don't like that I had to, I printed it in pink instead of her peach, like the rest of her skin, and then had to paint her body peach, because it's like, I think I'm going to re-engineer it so it's a piece that like attaches to like the original chest piece. Same with this like wrist option. I think I'm going to make this as a piece that attaches. That way it's like the same with or without. The only piece that I'm going to keep exactly as it is the thigh piece, which has the ruffles on it, because I like the way the hip balls sit in there. It looks very much like, see how I printed her legs in 2 different colors, like her hip balls are her peach color, and then her thighs, knees, legs, feet, and her point feet, they're all in the pink, and it's like little socks. I really like that. But I printed the hands in pink, and I'm wanting to just be able to print the frills in pink. I can't put the frills on the hand because then it won't move properly, so I'm going to re-engineer that. But that's basically the kind of stuff that has been really inspiring for me. I also made my first prosthetic joint. I made, this is a Kig. This is Kig male, but it's basically like a fursuit mask inspired face, and the ears move. Like, it's hard to see right now because he's in a wig, but that's the kind of stuff I mean. I've also been doing like my creepy tinkers. I have a moon that lights up. I have my jar head one. But anyways, the next year or so, like into 2025, you can expect more teeny tinies and micros, or even like pet-sized BJDs or figurines. I don't even know, because I just want to make the weird things I want to make when I want to make them. If people like them, I can offer them as like prints or kits or dolls or whatever. It's very much a flying by the seat of my pants situation. I do want to also say I'm going to post a video, like maybe the first or second video of 2025. I'm going to do a full like breakdown, not mental, maybe, but of all of the dolls I've made and like produced, or like are nearly finished and maybe will produce, in a timeline, kind of just to like catch everyone up on where I am from 2021 until 2024, like my 3-year span, what I've made. And you can even see like the progression of how things have been going. I think it's gonna be really fun to make and really fun for you guys if you're interested in my dolls, or if you just want to see how like my art has progressed, or how someone's art can progress over 3 years. I think it's gonna be a cool video. So yeah, that's gonna be coming very early next year. The last update for dolls is that I do have a couple of the Christmas micros left. Now I have all of them right here because I'm shipping the ones that have been ordered this week. So if I grab a doll that is yours, please don't panic and say like, hey, that one was mine, because they're all like one of a kind. But like, just to give an example, I have these like little, they're just little micro dolls. These ones are little reindeer. I have white ones, I have brown ones, and I've also got like some mice. I've got white and brown mice. They're all up on my website, whatever's left. There have been about 5 or 6 sold at the time of filming. Actually, I think actually might be a little bit more than that. There's been like a few sold by the time of filming, so like there's a few left if you want them. You can check those out on my website. But yeah, that's gonna be it for doll sales for me for the rest of the year. I feel like, again, at the time of filming, it's like a month out, but like if you're watching this, it's probably like 2 weeks out. So it's like, okay, but yeah, anyways. Okay, Teeny Tinkers collection. This year has been the most boring Teeny Tinkers collection update ever. Like ever in the history of time. I sold off a bunch of dolls, so a few times I was able to talk about like what I'd sold, but I think I've only gotten 2 dolls this year. Oh wait, I did. Never mind, I got 1 new doll, and I got a Bubbles kit from DX Girly. Bubbles, not Bubbles. I got oh my gosh, Benny, I think she's a troll. I got like a kit. I think she said 1/6 size, but this is a really big 1/6 doll. I think this is more like 1/5, but she is super cute. So I have this. This is like my new doll that I've gotten in the last 3 months. And I got her like 2 months ago, but then I had to wait for a new elbow piece because my kit was missing one, unfortunately. But yeah, she is very cute and precious. I don't know if I love the brown eyes in here. I think I want to give her some purple ones. Oh, there was one other doll. I got a Valaria Dolls Prim. She is still unpainted. I have not had time. Where is she even? She's up there somewhere. But I have not had a minute to paint her. I don't want to show her yet because like I haven't done anything with her. I will in the new year, but I did get her. Like I've been waiting on her for about a year, so I'm excited to finally have her here. Okay, that's why I felt like I was like, oh, that's all the new dolls I got. It's because they were like ones I've been waiting for and had mentioned in videos a bunch. Speaking of mentioning incoming dolls, I do have a star from Ace of Dolls coming, and potentially, I think Sun, which is like, Ace makes these boy dolls that are like SD size, but they're tiny SDs. They're like small boys. I have Ace of Dolls, oh my god, Hierophant. I knew it was something like that. Or Hierophant, I'm not sure. But I have an Ace of Dolls Hierophant, and he's beautiful. I love him. I don't like a lot of boy dolls. My collection is mainly girls, but I do have him, and I'm really excited for Ace's other dolls because they're all super cute. So I'm very excited. But yeah, that's not going to be this year. I would be shook if I got that. So final kind of topic is like Teeny Tinkers content, videos. It's just miscellaneous. We used to just call it miscellaneous. Now it's like Teeny Tinkers plans. The first thing, like I've mentioned, this is the last coffee and dollies on this channel. I'm going to be moving chat content, which is what I consider this sit down and chat type thing, over to second channel. This is a style of video, because it's not just these, but this is the only chat style video that is still on my main channel. And I feel like the second channel is better suited for this, like kind of less edited type of video. The exception to this will be the end of year doll tag, which I always do on main, and I will continue to always do on main. But this is the last Coffee and Dollies. Coffee and Dolly is going to move over. Lots of chat style videos over there. I have like a series. It's not really a series. I just like in my brain, I categorize them as With Me is like the series name. Sometimes it's Clean With Me. Sometimes it's like Craft With Me. Sometimes it's Plan With Me. It's just something with me. So With Me is another one. And it's basically like hanging out and chatting about whatever. Usually doll related, sometimes like art, sometimes art related, sometimes like life related, sometimes like just a mix of everything. And it's a style of video I really like to do, but I think that it's very like second channel type video. So that's all going to be on second. If you like that like hanging out with somebody while you're crafting type vibe, that's going to go over there. Obviously, oh, the other exception is podcast is technically a chat style video, but podcast is going to stay on main. And that's a big part of the reason why I'm moving all the other chat videos to second, is because I do a monthly podcast that's like an hour to an hour and a half of yapping. There's only so much yapping people want on one channel, and I think that is good enough reason to move everything else to second. The point is also to make room for all the other styles of videos I want to make. Now, I do have like kind of running themes on this channel, and I've been really doing a lot more things like, I don't know if you want to call them deep dives or like video essays. Like I did one about the rise of recasts. I did one about like a brief history of BJD trends. I feel like there's another one and I can't think of it. But they're videos I really have been enjoying making. They're like 20 to 45 minutes long typically, so they're a little bit longer form. And I did notice there's like a kind of lack of research topic videos about like BJDs specifically, although I am hoping to get into other stuff soon too. I also don't know if anyone has noticed, but I have been trying to consciously change my intros from I make ball jointed doll and craft related content into I make doll and craft related content, and that's because I am planning on segueing into art dolls as well. Again, maybe just for me, I don't know, but I want to try things like I want to try making like stuffies and call them teddy tinkers, like, and stuffies, not so much like stuffed bear, but like articulated doll stuffy that you can still dress up and stuff. But maybe animals, maybe people, I'm not sure. I've got, again, so many things I want to do. Maybe some more things like clay and wire art dolls, maybe like all kinds of stuff. I also want to try doing more like flips, and not necessarily like a repaint, like or like Monster High repaint. I feel like there are so many people who do stuff like that already, but maybe like, say, like finding dolls at places where you wouldn't think you could find a cute doll, and then like making them super cute, or like talking about or showing or customizing like a type of doll that's very trendy with collectors at the moment. I don't know, but I want to be able to like kind of open up my horizons and like try new things. And anyways, that's why that has been happening. As well as like flip or upcycle type videos too. I also want to try doing more vlogs. I don't know if they're going to end up on this channel or second. Studio vlogs will probably be here, but like going out and doing things, I think it really depends on what I'm going out and doing, but I don't know. Like guys, again, flying by the seat of my pants, but I guess the only other thing that I could mention as like a kind of update, if anyone has noticed that I have been very bad at and completely not doing doll of the month for the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, depending on when this gets put up. This is true. So a big part of the reason is that, number one, I have such a hard time remembering to add that into videos. Number two is I'm not getting like enough fresh posts for like a weekly one. It's more like a monthly one where I find one where I'm like, ooh, that one's really cool, I want to call that one out. I do see them, but like sometimes I'm just like, oh, I just did that person like a few weeks ago or whatever. So what I'm doing instead is it's doll of the month, but it's not being put into a video. It's being instead shared via newsletter. So if you're not signed up for my newsletter, you can do that on my website. It's very community-based and way less like shop-based. There's a shop section all the way at the bottom. The rest of it is talking about videos, topics, basically everything that I talked about in this video, but like not every 3 months, like the in-betweens of all that. That's what the newsletter is. But the doll of the month call outs are in there as well. So that's where that is. And I'm also, for those who don't want to sign up for the newsletter, because they only want doll of the month, I'm going to be sharing those in my community posts and my Instagram stories going into 2025. So still doing doll of the month. I might do some kind of like favorite comment of the month or something. If I don't want to like set I'm doing this every single month, but I definitely like, when I get a really helpful comment, I want to give like a comment award. I'm not really sure how, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about this, but it is something I've been thinking about. Or maybe just like some kind of like fan award for like art, like when people like draw my dolls. It's been a minute since I've gotten a new doll drawing for my wall, but I would love to start calling out like art when it gets made of my dolls and like showing that off for you guys too. For now, that's it. If you're already subscribed, thanks so much for subscribing. And if you're new here, I hope you like the content and will consider subscribing. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day.